Fast food. You know, living in the red, white, and blue, you're greeted with various fast food chains. A lot of them which offer deals that you can no longer get anymore, which included bizarre foods like the Mac N Cheetos, Pizza Hut burger crust, to even way more bizarre things that are just like really entertaining and funny to talk about. Hey, it's me, Zeep. It's good to be back. We have a good selection of weird today. If you want a sequel to this, get this video to 5,000 likes, and subscribe to Zeepster. We're growing steadily. I really appreciate all of you guys. Let's get straight to it. Mac N Cheetos. I'm just going to say this right now. Mac N Cheetos is the pinnacle of American excellence, and to most others, it's one of the most disgusting monstrosities ever made. Personally, I'm more in between when it comes to my thoughts on it. Essentially, Mac N Cheetos is fried mac and cheese, all coated in Cheeto dust. It's pretty simple. It first came out in 2016, and would usually come with a side of ranch, which would just make this one of the most unhealthiest things ever, but they eventually went away for a little while until the very next year, in the summer of 2017, when they decided to bring it back. And that's when me, your good pal Zeepster, decided to try it. And they were okay. You see, I was a big Cheeto head. In many ways I still kind of am. They're like my go-to salty snack whenever I'm getting that craving. So when it came to the Mac N Cheeto, I was more just like mildly entertained by it, rather than disgusted by it. But a good amount of people thought this to be one of the most vile inventions ever known to man, which I never really understood.
It's a fried Cheeto husk, or shell. And inside this shell is liquid mac and cheese. Sounds disgusting, doesn't it?
Is it a monstrosity? Yeah, most probably. Is it disgusting? It was okay. In my mind, I think Mac N Cheetos was really designed for more of a break the internet type of mentality to cause some shock and awe and virality to Burger King. An excellent marketing strategy, because prior to this, I had not ate at Burger King for years. It was really a part of this bigger trend of blending snack foods with fast food. I mean, most notably, this was done with the Doritos Locos Tacos, which were first seen in the year 2006, which is much more successful than Mac N Cheetos. You had the cheese flavor, the Cool Ranch flavor, among various other amenities. If you want to know how the Mac N Cheetos tasted like, the shell was crunchy, you'd take a bite into it, and then the gooey mac and cheese would come out. It was fine. There were two renditions of it. There was a creamy cheddar, which was the one I tried, and also a flaming hot Cheeto flavor, which I never got to try. But I heard that one was actually pretty solid. When it came to the reaction of the release of the product, Business Insider even conducted a test, which had multiple people blindfolded, trying it out and stating that this was one of the worst things they had ever tasted, and was just disgusting, with nearly all of them saying they were repulsed by the product. One guy got really pissed, and was quoted as stating this: "These are bad, very bad." One tester said, "There's no flavor, no crispiness, just a mushy center that vaguely resembles mac and cheese that's been run through a blender, coated in something that looks like Cheetos, which has also been run through a blender." Yeah, when you say it like that, it makes it sound more disgusting than it actually is. And on this list, you're gonna see even more weird stuff. I'm not kidding, the Pizza Hut burger crust thing still shocks me. Really, the worst of it was that the price to buy these was $2.50, which it should have actually just been $1. I think that's way too much for just 5 of these. In terms of promotion, in 2016, Burger King released a commercial of Chester Cheetah unboxing the mac and cheese, which was mildly entertaining, alongside a music video in 2017 of the Burger King and Chester Cheetah dancing to the song Return of the Mac, remade with the lyric Return of the Mac and Cheetos. Personally, I find enjoyment in other Macs. What makes it weirder is that there's another mac and cheese rendition of Cheetos now out in grocery stores, which are completely different, but have the same type of idea. You probably have seen these or flaming hot versions of them. I've never tried them, but a part of me says to myself, I should one day. Tell me how they taste in the comments below. Next up, but first, let's get to the sponsor of this video, Aura. Recently, I looked up some personal information on Google and was shocked to find my name, email, and phone number all online. This information is accessible because of data brokers, who profit off selling your information to spammers, telemarketers, and robocallers. That's where Aura comes in to save the day. Here's how it works. Aura looks through the dark web looking for your emails, passwords, and social security numbers, sending alerts to your phone or email whenever they find private information of yours. Aura also gives you real-time alerts of suspicious credit inquiries. Aura also monitors your emails and passwords to see if they were involved in a data breach and exposes on the dark web, and gives you recommendations on what to do. Aura automatically sends requests to data brokers to remove your information from websites, preventing spam calls or emails. They also allow you to stay anonymous online, keeping your browsing history encrypted, with antivirus software that blocks malware and viruses from destroying your your devices. Aura's app also features a VPN, password manager, real-time credit, and identity theft monitoring, internet parental controls, and protects your devices from malware. With identity theft being so common, it costs the average person $1,000. Protect yourself and your family from identity theft at aura.com/zeepster. And if you sign up right now, Aura will give you a 2-week free trial to see for yourself how Aura keeps you and so many others safe. Thanks to Aura for sponsoring this video. Pizza Hut's Crown Crust Pizza. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. Okay guys, I want you to let me know. I want you to tell me, what is this supposed to be? I mean, yes, I understand it's supposed to be a giant hamburger that takes like the pizza concept, but like what are we doing here? Like the middle has like tomatoes and like lettuce? I don't know, it's just so bizarre to me. It's in this instance where I may ask you, what do you think of pizza at its core? You know, you think it's like this doughy, like cheesy, like tomato, like crispiness. It's great, isn't it? You know, after looking at this product, I think we take pizza a little bit for granted in this instance. Because when it came to Pizza Hut in foreign countries, they decided to go hard on the concept that pizza cannot just be pizza. The Crown Crust Pizza was an exclusive to Pizza Hut in the Middle East. A year prior in Pizza Hut Australia, there was a hot dog stuffed pizza, which I guess makes a little more sense in like a weird way, because the majority of the pizza was a classic cheese and pepperoni, while the crust was really just a hot dog and ketchup and mustard on the crust. Weird, I know, but I mean, I guess it sticks with the original concept of pizza in some ways. Dude, they even had things such as a cone crust pizza with ingredients like honey mustard chicken and cream cheese. Cream cheese on your pizza. Alright, here we go. This is awesome. One of my favorite parts about this entire thing was the ad for the Crown Crust Burger Pizza, which was perfectly dismantled by this YouTube comment by Red Exec, in which it reads, alright, so I'm gonna start off by saying this video gave me a whole wide range of emotions. I'm going to tell you why. This man decided to treat himself to a night out to dinner, with who seems to be either his family, friends, or acquaintances. When it comes time to order their meals, it seems that he decides to make an impulsive decision to crack a joke. Can I have a cheeseburger? This is what he asked to the Pizza Hut staff member.
Can I have a cheeseburger? Cheeseburger? Sure.
Now, if you are familiar with the Pizza Hut franchise, you know that this restaurant tends to specialize in the sale of pizza and pizza only, bringing such a question about a beef patty to the forefront, which would be considered unthinkable, unheard of even. This causes the table to completely erupt into laughter, looking side to side to see if their friends are enjoying this moment as much as themselves. That is when the Pizza Hut employee cuts the conversation like a hot knife. Cheeseburger? He replied with a look of confusion. The confusion quickly warped into a face of assurance. Sure, he shot back. This left the jokester absolutely dead in his tracks. Who can blame him? Nobody would have, or could have guessed such an establishment would be in stock of these beef sandwiches. This was a turning point in his life, one that would need a lot of contemplation. I just love how mortified the guy looks when he realizes they have a cheeseburger at the pizza place. Like, yeah, this isn't like a normal invention. The fact that this came out in the Middle East and not the United States is just surprising to me. The Crown Crust Burger came out in 2012 and later went to the UK, eventually slowly dying off after not being too successful. Personally, I think it was more of a viral type of item. I don't think it really had any real merits of sticking around. Here's the interesting thing though. According to Middle Eastern and North African researchers, the Crown Crust Pizza looks less bizarre to Middle Easterners than it is back home in America, as back in the Middle East, pizza and burgers offer this type of exotic national identity towards American cuisine. In the Middle East, a pizza burger is pretty cool. It's funny because this just reminds me about the time in the 1980s when McDonald's sold their own pizza. In fact, if you go to the biggest McDonald's in Orlando, you'll find that they still sell pizza there, which I've actually had myself, and it's pretty okay. Anyways, on to the next weird subject. The Hula Burger. Here's a quick fun one. In 1963, Ray Kroc, the quote-unquote founder of McDonald's, introduced a sandwich which ingredients were only a bun, pineapple, and cheese, sold in the United States market. So yes, this makes this the oldest lost fast food item on this list, dating back 60 years. So something you gotta know about McDonald's is that there's multiple franchises, meaning that there's a different type of McDonald's ran by different types of people. The Hula Burger was supposed to go against the Filet-O-Fish, which was created by a Catholic McDonald's franchise. Lou Groin, who was in charge of the Ohio McDonald's at the time, was dealing with floundering McDonald's restaurants, as a majority of the people who lived around the area were Catholic, who abstained from eating meat every Lent. Ray Kroc didn't want anything to do with fish in the restaurant. He didn't want to quote-unquote stink them up. Of course, the Filet-O-Fish ended up being successful, and the Hula Burger, oh, it tanked. really bad. So the funny thing is here is that Ray Kroc was convinced that the Hula Burger would be more appealing to Catholics instead of a fried fish sandwich. He was really wrong, because he bet that the Hula Burger would outsell the Filet-O-Fish during a Friday in 1963 while in Lent. According to the Smithsonian, it is believed that 350 plus Filet-O-Fish were sold on that Friday versus Ray Kroc's 6 for his Hula Burgers. That's right, only 6 Hula Burgers. No one wanted to buy it. It was after this that the Filet-O-Fish became a permanent part of the McDonald's menu, the first addition to the menu ever. As another fun fact before we part with the Hula Burger, which just makes this even more funnier, is that Ray Kroc refused to ever release the actual sales of what happened that Friday. Researchers had to go and dig up to see how many Hula Burgers were actually sold. Ray Kroc was basically ashamed. Kinda funny. On the wiki page of the Hula Burger, the user Awesomer commented this. Makes me sick just looking at it. Then the user Big Mac Whopper 742 replies this. Shut up. People are pretty passionate about this burger still. Burger King's Bacon Sundae. America, you beautiful, beautiful unfinished symphony. My God, thank you for the Burger King Bacon Sundae. So bacon as dessert. You guys have heard about this before. At first it seemed fairly unnatural to have meat alongside our dessert. But at some point in our shared history, it became a fad to mix bacon with, say, donuts, cake, and in this case, ice cream. According to Time magazine, bacon works in dessert for the same reason peanut butter works with chocolate, or sea salt works with caramel. Salt brings out the depth of flavor in desserts, and fatty foods are often cut by sweetness. Which, I can kind of understand, but when it comes to bacon and ice cream, I'm a little more unsure about it. In the late 2000s to early 2010s, the bacon and dessert fad culminated into the creation of Burger King's Bacon Sundae. First being tested out in Nashville, Tennessee, the sundae was met with mixed reviews. Some people hated it, some people found it to be like, it's okay. By the summer of 2012, the Bacon Sundae caught the attention of multiple publications, including NPR, describing the sundae as either brilliant or tragic. While The Atlantic went a little more fierce, saying the Bacon Sundae was insulting and that it was already outdated by the time it was released. The item had caramel, hot fudge, ice cream, and of course, bacon. And according to the YouTuber Damn Drops, who made a video reviewing the ice cream 11 years ago, dude, they loaded that with bacon. They were not playing around.
And more bacon. I mean, they loaded this joker. They loaded this mamma jamma with bacon. I'm gonna need a colon cleansing after I handle this. What is 911 on standby? You should have to sign a waiver before you get busy with something like this. Right here is crazy.
For those who've hated it, however, it was more than just the bacon problem, as according to The Atlantic, people who despised it despised the fact that it was lazy, putting the word bacon in the name of the product. With them getting upset, the Burger King was trying to ensure mountains of media coverage just for the fact they put bacon on an ice cream, believing that it was dehumanizing and a desperate need to be pandered to. You guys think that's dehumanizing? Wait until you hear about the Burger King's Whopperito. Like, what is this? What did they do? They made a burger burrito. And I'm not talking about like carne asada here. It was just burger meat in a tortilla with pickles. How incredible. If you guys want to hear more about this, well, I'm just going to be honest with you. You're just gonna have to like this video so you can hear me talk about the Burger King Whopperito. Okay, next up. McAfrika. Talk about poor timing. A limited time Olympic Games burger. It was released in 2002 around the time a major famine was occurring across Africa. The burger was looked at as incredibly insensitive. What made it worse is that the burger was a Norway and Denmark exclusive, with Norway being one of the richest countries in the world. So seeing such a rich country describe Africa as a burger, while large portions of South Africa was on the verge of starvation, was pretty bad. McDonald's didn't withdraw the burger, however. Instead, they opted to apologize for the poor timing of the launch, which was pretty ballsy of them. Nevertheless, the McAfrika campaign continued. What's even more interesting is that despite the negative reaction the first time, McDonald's brought the burger back in 2008 for the Beijing Olympics, and got the same negative reaction. The Madmen. The McAfrika is known as one of McDonald's biggest failures of all time. The Shrek Food Cup. Imagine you just wanted a glass with your favorite Shrek characters on it. That's not such a hard request, right? It's based. You need it. Well, McDonald's did just that during the rollout of Shrek Forever After. These collectible glasses have Shrek, Fiona, donkey, and Puss in Boots. What more could you want? Look how pissed Shrek is. It's awesome. Suddenly, just as things were finally coming into place, all of it was taken away from us. The paint on the cups was made using a metal called cadmium, a toxic metal that can cause cancer, as 12 million cups were recalled.
The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission is warning parents to stop using the glasses and to return these glasses for a refund. Now, again, according to McDonald's, about 7 million of these glasses has been sold.
Thus, another day passes where I will never be able to sip out of Donkey's face. We lost, guys. We lost. Anyways, I'm depressed now. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until then.